Hello and good day, Welcome to the Super Good Camping Podcast. I'm Pamela.
I'm Tim.
And we are from supergoodcamping.com. We are here because we are on a mission to inspire other families to enjoy camping adventures such as we have with our kids. Today's guests are a couple of cool outdoor adventurers from Michigan, though one of them is originally from this side of the border. They love all the outdoor things, camping, paddling, hiking, overlanding, and sitting around a campfire. They chronicle many of their adventures on Instagram and their YouTube channel. They host a fantastic Thursday evening live stream on that YouTube channel. Please welcome Colleen and Jonny, otherwise known as Kuehl Kuest. Woo! Welcome to the podcast.
That was beautiful.
So great to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us on the show today.
Yeah, what a pleasure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Ha ha.
Oh, I mean,
I couldn't resist putting that in there.
I know, right?
When I said to Tim earlier that Jonny Quest, that reminds me of a kids' TV show from forever ago, like a cartoon.
You know that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
my
All right, I'm not kidding myself about that.
Awesome.
Cool. So out of the gate, just as I was putting together the bio, the intro for you guys, I ran across a couple of things that made me go, You guys call what I think of as hiking trekking. Is there a difference?
I'm gonna say it's not really a difference, but we call it trekking just to kind of encompass hiking and backpacking together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Like a hike might just be you're out for the afternoon.
It could be a little
couple of
day
hours
hike.
for a walk. And
That's right.
Yeah.
Backpacking, we're overnighters for that, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I've
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I've never dove into the actual definition of the term between the two terminologies.
That's what we say.
Yeah, we just get out back and trek.
That's right.
Cool. So and when you do trekking versus say paddling or overlanding, which we're going to get to in a minute, because that's another thing that twigged in my tiny brain.
Nice.
When you're doing your trekking, what kind of, give me an example of a sort of a standard trip for you? Is it like a weekend thing? Do you guys go and do like 8-day massive, 173 miles? Like what do you do?
All the above.
All of the above. So
That's awesome.
So I mean, we'll go anything from just a quick day hike, because we on usually every Christmas, we do just a fun day hike in a local trail around town, or then a lot of weekend trips, Friday to Sunday, and then of course we'll throw in a
couple we've done a couple through hikes.
We've done a couple through hikes,
our biggest has been 7 days. So we backpacked for 7 days
on Isle Royale.
Yeah.
It's Michigan.
In Lake Superior, right?
National Park.
Lake Superior. Oh,
cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That's a lot of mileage. I don't have that much in my hips or my knees.
No, I mean,
You got it.
7 days. Yes, it was long,
ambitious.
but it was ambitious. But I mean, it was only.
We were doing like
63.
So we did like 60 plus miles. So it wasn't crazy. Like we were doing like 10 a day kind of thing. So it wasn't nuts.
No.
Okay.
Maybe it was nuts. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess
I don't. We front country camp, and when the biggest kid and I do backcountry camping, that's where I get my hiking in. What we call it portaging.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Well, and what do you take for food when you go on a longer trip like that?
It's a good question.
So definitely we try to encompass having a fresh meal on the first day. So we'll freeze a couple ribeyes and some asparagus, pre-seasoned asparagus or something of that nature that's easy to grill. And then by the time we get to our first camp spot, food's defrosted and good to go. And then from there on, usually it'll be just dehydrated meals.
Right.
Whether we do it ourselves or we'll get like backpacker. What's that called? Oh my gosh.
Oh no, we use Peak Refuel.
Peak Refuel is one of our
favorites.
One of our favorites.
It's so delicious.
And
what's the other one?
Oh my gosh.
Backpacker Pantry.
There we go. Put that out three times
we
fast.
use those two the most, definitely.
Those are our favorites.
Yeah, for sure.
And you do sometimes dehydrate your own?
We
Yes.
do.
Yeah,
we do.
whether it be a gluten-free style of a goulash or definitely chili is of course a favorite to do.
Yeah, we've been perfecting and not perfecting some dehydrating meals, but we're working on it. And that actually is one of our goals this year, is to make sure that we have a little more stock in the pantry for us. So we're just kind of ready to go.
Yeah. So kind of like grab and go. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, on a whim, you know, it's like, hey, let's go for a quick trip instead of having to run to the store.
Yep.
You know, we'll just go to our stock and
And we'll have it ready to go.
ready out the door.
Perfect.
Sweet. So at the risk of, because I've mentioned this more than once on the podcast, highly recommended. We had him on the show in the fall. I've had his book since he put it out. Kevin Ride has a book called Backcountry Eats. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We got it.
We have it.
There you go.
Got it. Oh,
You don't
yeah.
have to perfect anything. He's already done it all.
He
Right.
is amazing. And he's so great at sharing. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Very
So,
good, very
yeah.
detailed. And
Yeah.
we've, I mean, as soon as that book hit, you know, came off the
Yeah.
press, you know, we were,
We got it.
it's like, yep, we got it. We
Awesome.
were watching,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Canoe, we met him through Canoe Hound Adventures.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
On YouTube. So, and been watching his videos. So it's, yeah, really good.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience out there.
Oh,
man.
so great.
And he's such a sweetie. Like he's just great to just yak with, period.
Right.
He's cool. Okay, next question. What define overlanding for me?
Ooh.
Overlanding is a concept of taking a vehicle that requires a lot of dirt and rocky travel to get in deeper into the woods, not just taking a paved road to a campground or a campsite, so to speak. You know, we like to be off grid and where no one can find you sometimes.
It kind of gets you deeper and further into the woods to a dispersed camping area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, well, Colleen, I'll throw it at you because you probably will have a better idea what I'm talking about. So if that would be like 4x4ing into Crown Land on
100%. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
That makes sense then. All right.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that's where it was going,
Right.
but I wasn't positive just because I'd never heard the term before.
Yeah. It's actually really big in Canada now. Like it's like there is a big overlanding culture. Like it's just like it's starting.
Right.
And yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's growing.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do you guys do all of the above on your own with other people?
Both.
How does, like, are there groups? Do you have other couples you like to go with? What do you do?
So when in all of our modalities of what we love to do, yeah, we encompass doing both of being by ourselves, you know, whether it be a canoe trip, kayak trip, you know, simple kayak or hiking or trekking, and then, you know, just a quick day overland route through some backcountry roads just for a fun fall, like on a fall fun day trip. You know, through the fall colors is really fun. But then same aspect, you know, we've collaborated with quite a few other friends and YouTubers alike on all facets. I mean, we really haven't done a group or a collab when it comes to paddling yet.
Right. Right.
But we've hiked with a lot of people. We've done some overlanding events with a ton of people and friends. And some camping meetups here and there. So
I think what's really nice, and you guys know too, is that this outdoor community is as big as it is. It's so small. Everybody knows everybody. And I mean, we've met up with some people from Michigan, from Wisconsin, from Indiana, from Canada, you know, like it's Illinois. Oh, like it's awesome.
Colorado.
So yeah.
Denmark.
Yes, that's right. So lots of, pretty cool people are out there for sure.
And small and friendly and kind of intimate in a way of everybody kind of.
And everybody's really
supports
accessible.
everybody.
Like,
It's like-minded people. They just, you just want to like get together. And like we always say, we just love having that, beverage at the end of the day around a campfire. And it's just like the best thing, right? So
They all encompass the bottom line of like, leaving it better than you found it.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
So, our trekking friends and our overland friends, whether they're on four wheels or two legs.
Yep.
But we all, at the end of the day, we like to leave it the way we found it.
That's true.
Yeah. And or pack out 10 pounds of stuff that you found while you're in it.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah.
So
It is. But we've had the same discussions with Canoe Hound at Kevin Callan, all those, and everybody's of the same mind. It's like, well, it's unfortunate, but it's a bit of a trade-off because you're getting people out there that are learning,
Yes.
but hopefully they're going to learn, love it, and they'll be protective of it moving forward. So,
I agree.
everybody's going to make mistakes. I certainly made all
Sure.
kinds of mistakes when I first started too.
Right.
So, as long as
It's a
in
learning
the end we're in a better place, then it's good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Speaking coming from a long way, you started with a wagon.
Right. I know, right?
500
Remember
pounds of
Christina
gear.
told us
Like
about somebody with a floaty that was floating
Something
like
down.
a flamingo that was floating their stuff in.
I know, right?
Yeah. Wagons, floaties, whatever.
Thomas and I saw somebody, a group full of kids, when I think we're in similar sort of age range. So anybody south of 40 is a kid.
Yes.
Sure.
But we saw some kids doing a portage, very much a super highway type portage in Algonquin, and they were rolling by with coolers,
my
like
God.
coolers on wheels. And I was just like,
What?
I had a problem at some point, man.
Yeah, you have fun on that 2K portage.
I know, right?
That's exactly it. Yep. I'm not lugging it. I'm so glad I'm not lugging it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's talk about your live stream, because I think it's the coolest thing going. I'm so
no pun intended.
No pun intended,
I
right?
didn't mean it. I didn't. I'm not that bright. What got you started on it, and what is it that keeps you sort of plugging along doing the stuff?
I guess we would give, if credit is due, is definitely would be Canoe Hound.
So we had watched like Dennis, right?
Yep.
We watched him for quite some time.
And we loved it. We loved that live stream. And people always said to us, wow, it's so nice that you guys are a couple and you love to do all this stuff together. And I'm like, well, is that weird?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. But we did we participated in the first annual 12 Days of Christmas.
Right.
Which is like a little giveaway
which
in
is
our
a giveaway
in
that
the kind of the backpacking community here.
Right. And we did it via live stream. And we had a lot of fun.
Right.
So, and then just, the kind of seeds started to sprout a little bit. And Colleen just said, she started looking and researching, and it's like, there's like nobody on the YouTube platform doing any kind of
like chatting about couples, right?
So I was like, okay.
And so we did some research, and we kind of reached out to people that we had met, right? Like either through, a camp out or whatever it was, as well as just like cold calling to say, hey, it's kind of our concept, because now what we're thinking, what are your thoughts on that? And everyone was like, do it. And we're into season 2, which is awesome.
Well done. Congratulations.
It is.
Thank
do you guys,
you.
so do you like Dennis, Canoe Hound? He's busy in the summer doing, camping trips and stuff like that. So he takes a break and he doesn't put it, how does that, do you guys do the same thing, or do you do year round, skip a few here and there? What?
Well,
so go ahead.
I was going to say, we did start off as we didn't know what it was going to look like, right? So when we started last year, we did a soft launch
in June.
We thought, well, let's just kind of see. And we're like, people are loving the show. So we actually interviewed or chatted with 42 couples last year. It was way too ambitious. So we're just like, wait a minute. So we went from June, we went for almost a full year. And obviously we took time off and stuff a little bit here. And then this year we started in the end of October. We started October.
I started October, and we're going to be going to the end of May.
Of May this year.
So we'll have June through October off.
Right. And Backcountry Couples has a kind of evolved. Our initial was like, it's a romantic couple, right? It's, two people who do things like that together. And then we had people say, well, what about friends that get out there and do it together? What about a business that is, two people as a team, but love the outdoors, or maybe a supplier to things, to the outdoors? We're like,
or a couple of bros,
which is what we had on this past week.
That was fun.
Just a couple of guys who love to get out and hiking and still share, some fun in the backcountry. So I think it's evolved again, which is really great.
Cool. That's I'm glad. If you don't mind me asking, just because I know how much it takes for us to put a show together, or an episode together, and we've talked to Dennis a bunch of times. How much? Give me a rough idea of what's involved with putting together a show.
Right.
I'll let the darling answer this question, because she does about 99% of it.
I am a people person. Obviously you can tell that, but and too, it's a lot of time and effort that goes into a weekly show, right? And I enjoy people, so I like to get to know people, obviously.
She's an information hound.
I am an information crazy person. I am I love a lot of backstory stuff. I like to investigate a little bit. So I do when I do
She's a little part PI,
a little bit. So I do love, obviously we watch people's YouTube channels, we like to get a bit of a timeline. So honestly, on like a Sunday night, the week before the show, or week of the show, I guess you can say, we just start, kind of high level, let's just look at some YouTube channels, let's scroll through Instagram, and then we'll be like,
stuff
wait
that we
a
may have
minute.
missed.
That's right.
I mean, you can't monitor everybody.
And that's right.
This
not
one I
an
agree
hour
with.
a day.
Yeah.
And then Monday is we, upload kind of, hey, this is who we're going to have on the show, and then the day of the show or the day before the show, it's, the timeline, there's some notes and some fun stuff and, some photos that we kind of throw up there. And, but just like you had said, kind of earlier, it is just a conversation. So as much as I have, 3 pages of notes, I might not even use those. It just ends up being a great conversation, which is wonderful. So yeah.
And we try to allocate, our show for about an hour, but that never happens.
I don't think we even had an hour show yet.
We're like, it's always like almost an hour and a half every time. Because as anyone would know, a good conversation, it'll go by in a heartbeat.
That is so true. And I think with ours, because it is a live stream, we do have that interactive chat. So that makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I and speaking from somebody who's on the other side of it and often in chats, that's one of the coolest things. Like it's that interaction of, I don't know your audience, I guess, because otherwise you're just shouting into the ether, no idea, no feedback. So yeah, the chat thing is pretty cool. And how do you just stop a conversation? I mean, for us, it's easy because we're on Zoom. I don't have a choice. We hit the 40-minute mark. We're done having that conversation.
Zoom will decide for us. We're done.
So, yeah. That's cool. And I noticed again, reference back to Dennis, he's tried to put a hard 2 hour on his and it's been, I think I've seen him do it once so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. Agreed. 2 hours is pretty ambitious, but we're like, I don't know about that.
That's a lot, man.
Well, the live stream part takes a lot of the editing out though. So you don't have to sit down and now edit.
No.
Our episode.
No, you just fly by the seat of your pants and just go with the flow.
I like that.
Which keeps it fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
exactly. And
so reference to the bros that you had on.
Yep.
How is it any different to make that swing from specifically couples to now it's a little bit, we're a little looser with that definition?
Right.
I'd say not at all, because the fact that, they're just because they don't sleep in the same tent, they still have the same aspect of getting outside and doing something together and enjoying enjoying the outdoors. So we've never really detailed, or how do you put it?
I think the two people that aren't a romantic couple is a different element of being backcountry, because in the backcountry, it's good to have a safety net. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's kind of, what that kind of came out of with those two guys. And as soon as we launched that, I can't tell you how many emails we got from people who are like, oh my God, we are friends in the backcountry and we can't wait to come on and chat with you too. So how fun is that? So I think
cool.
It is cool. It is cool. We have a couple of people coming up that have made some products for the outdoors. We have a father and a son team. We've got another husband and wife team coming on. So it's exciting.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Any adventures coming up for you guys?
Well,
we have in mid-March. February. Next month we have a little winter backpacking overland trip coming up. So bunch of us people here in Michigan will be getting together and going up for a nice little winter weekend trip.
Winter camp out. So we're excited for that.
So hopefully
cross your fingers.
we in the during this, since end of November,
Sure.
beginning of December.
Yeah.
We've been having a custom overland camper built.
So we're hoping that is going to be
Oh.
ready. If not, maybe not 100% ready, it might be 80% ready. So we're going to take it for a test spin and see
Right.
how it goes. So we're excited for that.
Yep. So yeah, we
Yes.
got to see
It's
it.
really cool.
We got to see it last
Last weekend. Yeah.
So it's coming along in leaps and bounds.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious about that. If it's a vehicle that you own, or is it like an outfitters that kind of sets you up with the vehicle that drives you in for the overlanding, or how does that work?
So our overlanding is done with our Subaru.
Cool.
Ah,
So we just have a 2012 Subaru Forester. His name's Jack, which stands for Jonny and Colleen Kuehl.
Isn't he smart?
I know. So he has the capacity of towing 1,500 pounds, and our fabricator, Blue Water Overland, a good friend of ours over on the east side of the state, he's designed it together, and we're keeping the weight probably between 1,000 and 1,200 pounds. So we'll be well below our max weight, and it's a really nice platform.
It's pretty cool.
Cool. I do remember seeing a shot on your Instagram account where it was inside of a barn sort of, and there was
Yep,
steel on the floor. It's like,
absolutely.
what are you guys building there?
What's going on?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
That is cool. That's great.
Yeah.
And so with I'm just tripping through
Yeah.
my tiny brain again. If you're doing the Subaru and dragging that, are you going to drag mostly along roads and then just dodge in sort of at the end, or are you going to full on overland with that?
like off-roading.
With probably the majority of the roads that we'll be taking the trailer in or the camper in with us will be most likely logging roads. So
Right.
they'll be well traveled, but there'll be dirt and ruddy and muddy and all that kind of fun
Lots
stuff.
of potholes and yep.
But our
nothing-
Subaru has 100%, like it's lifted. It's got like skid plates on it.
Yeah,
Like it's pretty fancy.
It's not like we're
pants.
going to go up to the Keweenaw Peninsula and go over a lot of rocks and go through big water bogs and stuff like that with that trip camper.
But we have, with the camper, no. But
No.
with the car, we have.
The car we
it's
have.
crazy. Yeah.
No. So we'll be most likely forestry roads and
Yeah.
two forestry roads and 2 tracks.
Cool. That sounds like a riot.
Yeah.
It's super fun, honestly.
Do you guys spend time? I know that you've got some stuff on your YouTube channel, but I mean, like the canoeing community here there's so many lunatics that just spend so much time filming stuff, which is great because I certainly like to watch that stuff. It's very time consuming, having tried to do it on my own. Do you guys do a lot of filming, or is it way more about let's go, let's splash through all the stuff, let's get out there, let's
A little bit of both. I mean, we want to film a lot. We don't have a huge cameras and equipment, but we'll catch little snippets here and stuff like that, because as much as we do it for primarily we do it for ourselves, so
Right.
to document our trip, and then we just love to share it. So with going on with that,
I think it's just like the live stream and podcasting. It's time and effort. You know what I mean? We've done, so much filming, and we'll get home, we're like, oh brother, now you gotta, you know what I mean? Like now you gotta edit this stuff. Now you gotta, and it takes a long time.
oh yes, we have some friends that do when they do a weekend trip, they'll have like probably almost
They edit on their phone on the way home from their trip.
like
I'm not,
30s.
we're not that at
We have
all.
friends that do like over, so let's say, for a weekend trip is what, 72 hours, right?
Sure.
Okay. They'll have probably 50 hours of footage that they'll go through.
It's
And
crazy. Just crazy.
They video shoot like every
Right.
ratio and have multiple cameras.
Right.
And it's like,
Yep. Yeah.
we're not there. We just like the moment and try to be ready, because anything can pop up in a moment's notice. Someone could tip over in the canoe.
Oh yeah,
know,
for sure.
Fish jump
All
in
the
the
fun
boat.
stuff.
Dog jumps out. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, yeah. You try to capture everything, but you can't.
Right.
You want to enjoy your trip too, right? You don't
Well,
want
that's
to
and we
about
100%.
filming.
We've gone on trips and we just said, you know what? We're not filming this. This is just going to be relaxed, and let's just not worry about it. But then we kind of go, well, did we miss something? You know what I mean? But nah, in hindsight, not really. And we have, I don't know how many like trips in the book that we still haven't even like put out there yet, right? But
Oh yeah, we're probably about 5 to 7
months.
videos, 5 to 7 videos behind
It's
on
terrible.
editing. But
But it's all good. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
I've got a
okay.
hard drive full of stuff that I
Oh,
so don't want to. I'm happy to look at it. I don't
Right.
want to sit there and try to
Right.
edit something together. I always take pictures, but I don't.
Yes.
I don't always shoot. Just I see it. Sometimes I find it gets because
It
I'm
gets
not
away.
that good at it. It gets in my way.
well, this is the thing too, is that we're not going to win an Academy Award for, best cinematography. Like that is not our jam. You know what I
No.
mean? John always just says, if we have a good video and you can hear us and we're clear,
Good audio.
that's it.
Good
You
video.
know what I
Good
mean?
audio.
Yeah. So we got that down.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So was one of you into the backcountry camping first and then pulled the other one into it, or what was the dynamic of how you guys got into it?
We both had this pretty much the same route. We go camping when we were kids with our parents and such, and then of course then we had families, and then went camping with kids and stuff like that. And of course, kids grew older, had sports, kind of fell out of it for a while, and then we reconnected, and it just
kind of clicked with us.
and
Yeah.
we just started right back up.
Right. So the difference between John and I, though, was that obviously I'm from Ontario, and
No way.
yes,
Way.
and, right, like stop it. Anyways, I grew up canoeing too, right? So I went to Camp Queen Elizabeth as a kid, right up in Beausoleil Island, up in Honey Harbor there.
Yep.
And my kids went there too. So that was an element that I brought to John. And the
Mhm.
first time we went to Algonquin, I mean, I just can't even tell you how enamored he was with it. Like you couldn't wipe that smile off his face.
The hardest working vacation ever.
Right? Like we took 10 days off, and it was just like incredible. Like we slogged. It was incredible. You know what I mean? But we're just like, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty
Let's do it
ambitious.
again,
Pretty ambitious
It
for
was
for a first time
it
ever.
was, yeah.
Yeah, 10 days of anything out in Algonquin is
Oh,
ambitious.
beautiful.
Many years down the road.
Right.
Yeah, we took a nice loop.
It was awesome. Yeah.
We did some lengthy portages, but nothing too off the map. I think our largest one was 1675.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look, but
They-
it was pretty good.
3.
I don't really remember, but it was good. But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you one thing that we have learned though, from backpacking, right? We've learned to lighten our load.
Yeah.
So, right. So from our first canoe trip together, where we had, big packs, right? This past canoe trip that we just did, we lightened it a lot. So our portages were a lot easier and faster.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we were able to, instead of double carrying or halfway scenario, we were able to single carry
Easily.
easily
Yeah.
one trip.
Yeah. We fine-tuned
Utilizing,
our
of course,
gear.
Swift canoes.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah,
All right, so you must have some tips for lightening the load then.
I mean, definitely. Our first time doing it, I had a hatchet and an axe and a saw.
Oh, like
and,
just
crazy. I just totally overpacked.
Right.
And just because you didn't know or what we were going to use, and of course, as things progress and how we evolved as hikers allowed us to lighten our load when it comes to the canoeing part of it. So
Right.
we don't need a hatchet. We just bring a saw and a couple of knives, and that was way easier. Lighter cooking equipment.
Right.
So
our fine tuning from our backpacking, when we did our Isle Royal trip for 7 days, my backpack for 7 days was 26 pounds.
mine was.
I'm pretty sure I don't want to weigh mine because
You know what
that's
I
not
mean?
even.
I know.
not even close.
But we both started off with like 50 and 60. Like when we first started, backpacking, we're like, what?
Yeah,
This is crazy.
Well, the packs are different packs
But-
and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's kind of, where we started shaving all the weight down and realized we're like, hey, we can adapt this now to when we go canoeing and for portaging.
Mm-hmm.
So so you had big packs that you filled with stuff. Now that
Yep.
you're lighter weight, have you gone to smaller packs as well?
Yes.
Which sort of keeps you in that, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like in those brackets so that it's like, well, I only had that much space. Right. Keep going light, less,
Sure.
less.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to canoeing, no. We still use, I have a huge Cabela's bag, and Colleen has a big 115 mech bag that
Like the big dry
the big
The
dry
slogs,
bag.
right?
The slog, exactly what they are. Yep.
Yep. So we utilize those for our canoeing, but yes, for our trekking, definitely lighter. I mean, we've gone through our 2 big packs that we have is the Gregory packs. She has the Diva. I have the Baltoro,
Mhm.
and those empty alone are like 5 pounds.
Yeah, which is crazy when you think about it.
Empty packs, roughly 5-6
Right,
pounds.
right.
And then of course you load it up. It's like, oh,
Right.
but now our we have we saved up and had some ultralight packs made by Chicken Tramper here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Great couple of guys, great group of people, and those packs weigh in
Like
at
nothing.
15 ounces.
It's like nothing.
Holy
Like it's
mackerel.
nothing. Yeah. So they're custom things and things like we've gone from an MSR tent that weighs, 5 pounds to a 6 Moon tent that weighs 45 ounces.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we've looked into it and we wanted to do it. We want to have, and we knew that we loved this, but we're like, how do we, get deeper, get further, go longer, whatever that is.
Well,
And still
we
enjoy
were
it.
averaging only like 5-6 miles and we're like dying. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this pack's just killing me.
That's
And it's
right.
like,
And we wanted to love it,
and yeah, we want to go farther and do longer trips. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, can't do it with this gear.
So with
we evolved.
we did, and we just did a through hike of Pictured Rocks, which is on the National Lake Shores on the southern side of Lake Superior.
40
It was 42 miles, 42 plus miles
miles.
or whatever. And we did like a 17-mile day, which is crazy, which is probably 1,000 kilometers. I'm kidding.
Yeah, the exchange
That's-
with the exchange and stuff. I
right,
think
yeah.
it, yeah.
It's about 7 loonies and
No,
yeah.
that's money. That's money exchange.
I know,
mileage.
right?
17 miles. Geez.
Yeah.
And the majority of that trek is it's pretty flat.
Sure.
So it make it easy, quite easier. But the fact of our equipment's way lighter.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like you're carrying.
No, it's not.
sometimes.
It's great.
Yeah. Well, and again, back to my hiking is portaging. It's all up
Mhm.
and down. So
Right.
yeah. And we have the stupid heavy bags. I think Thomas's it's a North 49. It's 120.
Yep.
So close to your slog. And I've got the
Yep.
70 slog. So
Yeah.
we're carrying way too much crap.
I love it though. Bring it
Oh
on.
yeah. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That I'm out. We tried to single carry once. That played out horribly, and I just got
Huh.
over it. So okay, we're double carrying.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it.
3 and a
Sure.
half, right? You can do that.
Or I
which is
mean,
nice too.
if you got
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to, going full out and just like bring the kitchen sink kind of thing. If you only have like a 500
Oh, if you
meter,
got something
500
short,
meter
that's
portage, and you're going to set up like a base camp
Right.
on a lake somewhere,
That's true. That's nice.
that would be a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
if
We
you're
haven't
doing
done
like,
that.
if you're doing 6 portages
I
in a
know,
day,
or
heck
whatever.
no.
I know it's hard for
Heck,
sure, but
yeah.
we love it.
That's spinal
Another,
crushing.
yes,
Yes, it is.
cool.
It's a lot
There
of
you
fun.
go.
This is so nice.
I like your
Thank
paddles.
you.
What you got there?
Oh, your paddles. what?
One of them is I don't even know red tail.
A red
I
tail. A
think.
red tail. Yep.
That's Thomas's.
Yeah.
And the other one is I made when I was a scout at like 15 or something like that.
Oh,
Very cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we like them. Mine's heavy, but I don't care. I like it, so I
That's
take
right.
it.
Just
Yeah.
do with what you go with what you love. I always
we're,
say.
uh,
You know what I mean?
There you go.
We're
There
pretty
you go.
stoked. We have a couple of Hunter and Harris paddles.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
love those for sure.
Thank you so much to our special guests, Colleen and Jonny from Kuehl Kuest, for joining us today. We really appreciate your time and energy, and we will talk to you again soon. I'm Pamela,
I'm still Tim.
and we are from supergoodcamping.com. Please do reach out to us on all the social media and email us. Our email address is hi@supergoodcamping.com. That's hi@supergoodcamping.com. Bye.
Bye.